We have an update on JIT's plans for Olympus's former camera division, a ship date for the Canon RF 85mm f2, the fun leader 18mm, and leaked specs for a 4K Panasonic Cine camera. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Simon. Thanks for tuning in to The Ordinary Filmmaker. If you're new here, click subscribe to receive notification of new videos like this one so you don't miss any news, rumors, or tutorials. And don't forget, I'm giving away a brand new Canon EOS R5 full-frame mirrorless camera to one lucky viewer. Details are in the description down below, or you can watch this video here. But essentially all you have to do is subscribe to this channel. Now it has been a slow news week, which has allowed me to get a few reviews that I've been working on. I've also spent some time building out my channel's Phase 3. Expect some big changes before the year's out. Oh, and one last thing. The Ordinary Filmmaker will be 1 year old on October the 27th. Time flies when you're playing hard and having fun. But let's get into the news. The Canon RF 85mm f2 image-stabilized STM will be hitting the shelves next week. Will this also be constrained? Well, it's hard to say, but from what we've seen so far this year, if this is something you want, reach out to your local camera store and be the first in line. But the big story of today is an update. JIT plans for the MFTY or Micro Four Thirds business they acquired from Olympus. JIT expects annual sales of 25 to 30 billion yen. Cameras will still be produced in Vietnam, but the big news is that the Nagano factory will be shut down with lens production being outsourced. JIT is looking to maximize their Micro Four Thirds technologies by, well, exploring other market opportunities for their newly acquired MFTY technology, as well as continuing to develop it. And that's great news. I was concerned that this purchase might turn into an IP play. But I'm curious, why are they outsourcing the lens production? What do you think of this news? Does this breathe life into Olympus, JIT's camera business? Are you going to keep your Olympus camera, or are you going to trade it up for another camera brand? This acquisition reminds me of Escom buying the Commodore Amiga technology back in the 90s. They ran it hard and they ran it well for about a year until they went under because of aggressive expansion. I hope JIT has a solid long-term business plan for their new camera business, one that keeps them around for many years to come. But now let's have some fun. Do you remember the Kickstarter campaign for the 18mm f8 lens by FunLeader? The campaign was held last year and raised $35,000 US. Now they've already created a lens for the RF mount, the E mount, and the Z mount. And evidently, that RF mount, well, it's already sold out. Now the price is only $149. It does have a depth of field of 2.6 feet to infinity without autofocus. This is one of those lenses like the Nifty 50 that I'd really like to get my hands on, but it's time to head over to Panasonic and see what they have in store for us. Are you looking forward to another Panasonic cinema camera? Well, Nakashita provided some specs of a 4K box camera called the BGH1. It's kind of got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Now the new camera will have 4K up to 60 frames per second, 10-bit 422 externally and 10-bit 420 internally. It will also have dual native ISO and dual SD card slots, but there's no mention on price or dates yet. Oh, and one last thing. I want you guys to keep an eye out Saturday morning or Saturday evening. I'm planning on doing a live stream, a 1-hour live stream where I'll do a little bit of an introduction and then we'll get right into camera talk. This is not really meant to be a question and answer. It's about talking about cameras, our thoughts on, for example, the Panasonic Box 4K camera, about what JIT is doing and some other newsworthy stuff that's going on in the world. And after about 20 minutes of doing that discussion, then I'm going to open it up and change the segment over to a new segment that I'm planning, and that's all about tools and techniques, and that can be on using editing software, it can be on using cameras, it could be on using C-Log, it could be on anything camera related on how to improve what you're currently doing. And we'll have that discussion, and then maybe about 10 minutes will be spent on question and answers. That's it. I'm not looking at doing a lot of questions and answers. That's part of what I'm doing on Sunday morning with my Q&A session that's pre-recorded earlier. So all of this should take about an hour, and this will be my second time really doing a serious live stream. I'm going to be streaming in 1080p this time instead of 720. I'm still relatively new to this, so this is more of a pilot, as you would say, for the new format. And I don't know, I think this has some good legs on it. I think this has some good potential to it. but I want to incorporate more video, more clips, instead of just having me as a talking head. But that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. Don't forget to subscribe for your chance to win the Synco Lav microphone, the S6E, and the Synco M3 shotgun microphone. That I'll be awarding once we reach 20,000 subscribers. And then every 10,000 subscribers from there on, so 30, 40, 50, up to 100, I'll be giving away a new prize, something a little bit better than the previous one, until we reach 100,000 subscribers. At that point, I'll be giving away a brand new Canon EOS R5 to one lucky viewer. You want more details about that? You can look in this video here, and I do have the link in the description down below. But that's it for now, guys. Thanks so much for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker, and have yourself a great weekend. We'll see you again soon.